Hi, this is Robert Kiyosaki, and you're listening to Capital Hacking. This is the most important thing you can listen to today.
Hello, this is Josh McCallum from Renault Winery Resort, and we have a very important announcement from Matt Sorensen about Learn and Grow, August 24th. Take it away, Matt.
I'm Matt Sorensen from Directed IRA. I'm excited to be the keynote speaker at the Learn and Grow event for Accountable Equity on August 23rd and 24th. You've got to book your tickets and get registered. I'm excited to be there and to meet you in person.
Here's the one.
I have a dream.
With great power comes great responsibility.
I could do this all day.
This is it. Don't get scared now.
They may take our life, but they'll never take our freedom.
Cinderella story out of nowhere.
It's in the hole. That the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Capital Hacking begins in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my name is Josh McCallum. Welcome to Capital Hacking, and welcome to Mindset Monday. You know, the mind and the power of the human capital is something we go through and journey with each entrepreneur we talk to each week. And in episode 308, we met Kevin Taylor, the gentleman who was a banker, an entrepreneur for 30 years, built a bank, and now is an elite EOS implementer. Today begins his journey as a teacher, where he's going to pull out the kernels, the gold, the nuggets, and share them with you and I on how we can make some powerful choices today to change our trajectory of the rest of our lives. So let us know how you like it. Check out episode 308 and find out more about Kevin and dig in deep. Let's go.
Welcome to the Capital Hacking Podcast. I am your host for today, Kevin Taylor. And when we talk about capital, there's different forms of capital. I tend to talk about mental capital. So mental capital is things that revolve around mindset and the psychology behind things. I get the information I speak about through podcasts that I listen to, books that I read. Occasionally I'll grab something off of a documentary. In today's episode, I want to talk about something I came across called The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. And so if you haven't heard of who Earl Nightingale is, I'm going to give you a little bit of history on him. He was a guy, he was born in the 1920s, and he was a man of many talents. He was a radio personality on a nationally syndicated show. He was also an entrepreneur and a philosopher. He became a student of Napoleon Hill's timeless classic, Think and Grow Rich. And so one of the companies that Nightingale owned was an insurance company. He used his research into the laws of success through Napoleon Hill's teachings to create weekly motivational speeches for his sales team. Because he was planning to be out of town during one of those speeches, he recorded a talk in advance to be played during his absence. His 1956 recording is one of the most inspiring speeches of all time, going on to become the first spoken word message to win a gold record by selling over 1 million copies. That speech, you guessed it, was The Strangest Secret. And so I'm going to go over the speech itself is a pretty long speech. I'm going to go over an abridged version of it. I pulled the main nuggets out of it and condensed it. But if you like what you hear in today's episode, what I would recommend is hop on over to YouTube and just type in The Strange Secret to Success by Earl Nightingale. And I would recommend the one that's published by After School. It's spelled Skool. I've seen a few of these, and that tends to be my favorite one. It's the same speech. It's in Earl Nightingale's voice, but they animate it and just put a little bit more fun into it. So that's the one I would recommend. Now remember, this was written again in 1956, and while as I'm going through this, just think about how much of this stuff still applies for today. So let's jump into The Strangest Secret. So it goes something like this. Do you know what will happen to 100 individuals who start even at the age of 25 and who believe they will be successful? By the age of 65, only 5 out of 100 will make the grade. We live in the richest era that ever existed on the face of the earth, a land of abundant opportunity for everyone. These 100 people believe they're going to be successful. They're eager toward life, and life seems like a pretty interesting adventure to them. But by the time they're 65, only 1 will be rich, 4 will be financially independent, 5 will still be working, and 54 will be broke, depending on others for life's necessity. Only 5 out of 100 will make the grade. So what has become of their dreams, the hopes, the plans? And why is there such a large disparity between what these people intended to do and what they actually accomplished? That is the strangest secret. And so then Earl Nightingale goes on and explains the definition of success. And so success is the progressive realization of a worthy idea. A success is anyone who is realizing a worthy, predetermined ideal because that's what he or she decided to do deliberately. But only 1 out of 20 does this. The rest are failures. The opposite of courage in our society isn't cowardice, it's conformity. Conformity is people acting like everyone else without knowing why or where they are going. Most of us act like the wrong percentage group, which is the 95% who don't succeed. Then he goes on to explain what goals are. So goals, have you ever wondered why so many people work so hard and honestly without ever achieving anything in particular, and why others don't seem to work too hard, yet seem to get everything? They seem to have that magic touch. Have you ever noticed that a person who becomes successful tends to continue to become more successful? And on the other hand, have you ever noticed how someone who's a failure tends to continue to fail? The difference is goals. People with goals succeed because they know where they're going. It's that simple. Failures, on the other hand, believe that their lives are shaped by circumstances, by things that happen to them, by exterior forces. The human race is fixed not to prevent the strong from winning, but to prevent the weak from losing. The entire society is slowed down to protect its weakest link. That is why it's so easy to make a living today. It takes no particular brains or talent to make a living and support a family. We have a plateau of so-called security. So to succeed, all we must do is decide how high above this plateau we want to aim. Throughout history, the great wise men and teachers, philosophers, and prophets have disagreed with one another on many different things. It is only on this one point where they are a complete unanimous agreement. The key to success and the key to failure is this: we become what we think about. That is the strangest secret. It was first made known by some of the earliest wise men, and it appears again and again throughout the Bible. But very few people have learned it or understand it. That is why it is strange, and why, for some equally strange reason, it virtually remains a secret. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, said, "A man's life is what his thoughts make of it." Dr. Norman Vincent Peale puts it this way: if you think in negative terms, you will get negative results. If you think in positive terms, you will achieve positive results. George Bernard Shaw said, "People are always blaming their circumstances for what they are." I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want. If they can't find them, they make them. A person who is thinking about a concrete and worthwhile goal is going to reach it because that's what he is thinking about. Conversely, a person who has no goal, who doesn't know where he's going, whose thoughts must therefore be thoughts of confusion, anxiety, fear, and worry, will thereby create a life of frustration, fear, anxiety, and worry. And if he thinks about nothing, he becomes nothing.
Hi, this is Melanie McCallum. Josh and I are just so grateful for the many investors who have already joined us at Accountable Equity. Accountable Equity is so much more than a capital group. It's really a community of accredited investors that want to learn and grow together. I just want to personally invite you, if you want to find out more about this type of investment and see if it's right for you and your family, please visit us at accountableequity.com. You can fill out the contact form. We'll get right back to you and see if this is a great fit for you and your family. We'd love to meet you. We look forward to learning about you. Please visit us at accountableequity.com.
Hey, this is Matt Sorensen, author of the Self-Directed IRA Handbook, CEO at Directed IRA. You're listening to the best podcast, the Capital Hacking Podcast.
As ye sow, so shall ye reap. The human mind is much like a farmer's land. A land gives the farmer a choice. He may plant in that land whatever he chooses. The land doesn't care what is planted. It's up to the farmer to make that decision. The mind, like the land, will return what you plant, but it doesn't care what you plant. If the farmer plants 2 seeds, one a seed of corn, the other nightshade, a deadly poison, waters and takes care of the land, what will happen? Remember, the land doesn't care. It will return poison in just as wonderful abundance as it will corn. So up come 2 plants, 1 corn, 1 poison, as it is written in the Bible, as ye sow, so shall ye reap. The human mind is far more fertile, far more incredible, and mysterious than the land, but it works the same way. It doesn't care what we plant, success or failure, but what we plant, it must return to us. The problem is that our mind comes as standard equipment at birth. It is free. And the things that are given to us for nothing, we place little value on. Things that we pay money for, we value. The paradox is that exactly the reverse is true. Everything that's really worthwhile in life came to us free. Our minds, our soul, our bodies, our hopes, our dreams, our ambitions, our intelligence, our love for family and children and friends and country. All of these priceless possessions are free. Our mind can do any kind of job we assign it, but generally speaking, we use it for little jobs instead of big ones. So decide now, what is it that you want? Plan your goal in your mind. It's the most important decision you'll make in your entire life. All you have got to do is plant that seed in your mind, care for it, work steadily towards your goal, and it will become reality. Think about your goal in a relaxed, positive way. Picture yourself in your mind's eye as having already achieved this goal. See yourself doing the things you will be doing when you have reached your goal. Every one of us is the sum total of our own thoughts. We are what we are because that's exactly where we really want or what we feel we deserve to be, whether we'll admit it or not. Each of us must live off the fruit of our own thoughts in the future, because what you think today and tomorrow, next month and next year, will mold your life and determine your future. You're guided by your mind. The very law that gives us success is a double-edged sword. We must control our thinking. The same rule can lead people to lives of success, wealth, happiness, and all the things they've ever dreamed of. The very same law can lead them into the gutter. It's all on how they use it, for the good or for bad. That's the strangest secret. Do what the experts since the dawn of recorded history have told us to do. Pay the price by becoming the person you want to become. It's not nearly as difficult as living unsuccessfully. The moment you decide on a goal to work toward, you immediately become a successful person. You are then in that rare group of people who know where they're going. Out of every 100 people, you belong in the top 5. So the key to success or failure is in your hands. What will you do with the strangest secret? That's all I've got for you today. If you like what you heard today, come back next week for more mental capital around mindset and psychology. If you love what you heard today, give us a 5-star rating and review. Would love to hear from you. Until next time, ask yourself, what can you do to create a better mindset and add value to the world around you?
Damn straight. We just got
buddy.
We got to the end of another great show. And everyone listening right now, you're the family and friends. Thanks for staying till the end.
That was so fun. And hey, hit the like, hit subscribe. We're here to serve you guys. That's why we're doing this show. Josh is not paying me. I'm doing this off of my quote unquote sweat equity because we want to make a difference in your life. And then that ripple effect will continue to touch the world.
Hey, amen, brother. Please check us out on capitalhacking.com, all the social media threads. And yes, I know you've probably already sent this episode to one of your best friends. Thank you. We love you. Just go right into your iPhone, hit the plus symbol. We'll talk to you later. See you next week.
Share.